Pamplona in Spain is the town of Villava. It's an unremarkable place in almost every way, bar one. For this is the home of one of the world's greatest sportsmen. Throughout the whole town, one can see the name of Miguel Indurain, the five-time Tour de France champion. And everyone is justly proud to be his neighbor.
Miguel is remarkable. He's very calculated and a very hard worker. He doesn't just push himself in July, but all year. Every day we see him at it, rain or snow, whatever the weather, he'll still do a 200-kilometer training run.
Aitor David is president of the official Miguel Indurain Peña, or fan club. It's based in the Bar Maica, which has become a shrine to the great cyclist. Pressure of demand means that the official membership has had to be limited to just 150. But everyone gathers to watch Big Mig in action and raise money to follow him from Milan to Colombia, Paris to Atlanta. While they'll be cheering him on to a record 6th win in the forthcoming Tour de France, the rest of the cycling world is planning just how to stop him.
There aren't really any plans. It's really very easy to beat Indurain. I must simply be in better form than him. That is, I must cycle better.
It's true that in the Tour de France nobody has managed to handle him. Nobody has managed to counter him. So he deserves the greatest respect. I think the key to beating this man is not to be afraid of him.
I think Indurain is going to suffer and undergo problems whether he's in first place or not. You can almost definitely say that this year Indurain won't win the Tour de France.
Indurain certainly won't agree. The hunger to succeed is still there, even though his first victory at the Tour remains the sweetest. In 1991, all eyes are on Greg LeMond. But as the Americans' hopes die in the Pyrenees, Indurain holds off the Italian challenge of Claudio Chiappucci and Gianni Bugno. He dominates the penultimate stage time trial to take his first Tour title by 3.5 minutes.
The first Tour victory was the most emotional, the most beautiful to live through, to enjoy. It was an experience different from all the others. Perhaps you don't enjoy it so much because you're very nervous and you're in a position that you've only dreamt of being in, and you feel a bit seasick. Perhaps I enjoyed it more afterwards than the other tours. That memory of being in the Champs-Élysées stays with me more and leaves a bigger impression than the others.
1992, and nobody expects a repeat except for Big Mig. He hangs on to the yellow jersey in the mountains and then destroys the field in the time trials. In 1993, Swiss climber Tony Rominger announces his arrival by challenging in the Alps and again in the Pyrenees. A dogged Indurain tracks down his every attack. Although he shows the first sign of weakness by losing 42 seconds to Rominger in the final time trial, it's a third victory for Miguel. In 1994, Rominger drops out with stomach problems, and nobody challenges Indurain until the little Latvian Piotr Ugramov comes charging through in the Alps. He has the audacity to beat Indurain in a mountain time trial, but can only finish a distant second behind the triumphant Miguel.
I demonstrated there that it was possible to fight with Indurain over the big mountains. But you really need to do it earlier. If there are 2 or 3 stages with Category 1 mountains, then you can fight with him. Because if his team can't go with him, then he has to take you on by himself.
1995, and rival Spanish team Once try to break the Banesto stranglehold. France's Laurent Jalabert takes yellow and increases his lead in the team time trial. Indurain then takes almost a minute out of the peloton with a breathtaking ride in Belgium and proceeds to grind his way to the all-too-familiar Maillot Jaune. despite challenges from Switzerland's Alex Zülle and his on-plate teammate Jalabert, Miguel is able to celebrate his 31st birthday in style. The tall Navarran produces another awesome time trial performance to take victory. Three others have won 5 Tour de France titles, but only Indurain has won them in consecutive years. And this year, will history be made once more? Jalabert is world ranked #1, and following his Vuelta a España victory last year, seems a likely contender. On-plate teammate Zülle has run into form with victory at the Volta a Catalunya, while Rominger has geared his whole year towards the Tour. Ugramov finished 4th in the Giro d'Italia this year. He's yet to win a major race, but perhaps the layout of the course will favor him. A mountain time trial and 7 other tough mountain stages give the Latvian a fighting chance, especially as Indurain's team can't back him up as once they could. All of his helpers have gone. Delgado and Jean-François Bernard have retired. De las Cuevas, Hamston and Garmendia have changed teams, while rising star Antonio Martin was killed in a traffic accident. Indurain stands alone. But how much will that matter? His preparation appears to have been ideal, with 3 stage race victories in the last month. He has the perfect physique for the Tour, with a pulse rate at rest of just 27 beats a minute and an 8-litre lung capacity. Rominger has said that it takes him a whole night to recover from a mountain stage. Indurain needs just 1 hour. These physical attributes are coupled with an impregnable psyche. His ability to hide any signs of emotion or suffering during even the toughest stages have earned him nicknames such as the Robot. When support is needed, Miguel can turn to his brother Prudencio. An official with his Banesto team, Prudencio's main task is to act as Big Mig's emotional prop. The public pressure placed on this private man is enormous. 34 TV cameras from all around the world were at his wedding to his childhood sweetheart Maria in 1992. Even the Pope has granted him a private audience. And yet the media, especially in his home country, find him a frustrating hero. He's not flamboyant, he's not open, but his public adores him. And it is to his fans that he's dedicating his tour campaign this year.
For me, it's a fantastic motivation to go to Pamplona. But in the actual race, I don't think anything will change. I'll be totally involved in the action, involved in the Tour de France. For me, it'll be a prize for the fans that go to the Pyrenees, the fans that go to the Alps, the fans that follow me everywhere. It'll be a chance to give something back to my supporters.
In honor of Indurain's unprecedented achievements, La Société du Tour de France has routed this year's race through Viava. There'll be a sprint bonus outside the house in which he was born, and if he's wearing yellow on July the 17th, the celebrations will be something to behold.
I hope that he comes through Viava in yellow. It would be beautiful. None of us could ever have imagined a kid from Viava wearing the yellow jersey of the Tour de France. It'd be a special party. We'll just have to see.